Hello everyone, by the end of today's video you're going to learn how to use modes going from light to dark on a single string and open E tuning with E as your tonal center. So with modes, how they're traditionally taught, you first have to know how a major scale is built. So if we're building a major scale with our root note E right here, we're going to go starting from the first string, open, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12. So that's whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Okay? So, and then you can also label them intervallically. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And then you can build chords on all of them. Right there. So all the major triads and everything, you can do sevenths as well. But how modes are traditionally taught is like you'll label them like this. It would be Ionian, which is the first mode of major, Dorian, second mode, third mode, Phrygian, fourth mode, Lydian, fifth mode, Mixolydian, sixth mode, Aeolian, seventh mode, Locrian, and then back to home again. So the problem with learning it that way is that you're changing tonal centers every time. You're going from E to F sharp to G sharp to A to B to C sharp, and then D sharp, and then E. Doesn't really help you hear it as well because you're constantly shifting where home is. Where what we're going to do is we're going to do everything with our tonal centers E, and we're going to rearrange them. Rearrange all the modes so that you're changing one note at a time. And, you know, just for context, I did not invent this way of thinking, nor am I claiming to. I learned this from someone else, but I found it a very helpful way to learn modes. And really what we're trying to do is we're trying to change the mood of the scale. As we're starting with the first scale and going to the last one, you're going to hear the mood get progressively darker as we go through the scale. So if we rearrange all our modes from lightest to darkest, the first mode we're going to encounter is Lydian, okay? So that sort of sound right here. So that's borrowing from B major. So if we take the notes of the B major scale and just play it over a root E, we're going to get these resulting intervals. We're going to get 1, 2, 3, sharp the 4, so that what was previously an A natural, we're going to make an A sharp. Then it's going to be B, C sharp, D sharp. So that'd be intervals 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And, you know, you can practice it with slides, so. You know, I could play over like a loop, something like. So on and so forth. And then the next mode from light to dark would be Ionian, so just our major scale. So just going with this sort of sound right here. So What I'm doing, by the way, with the chords is I'm just playing the 5 chord of the parent scale of each key. So with that first mode, Lydian, I was just doing a F sharp 7 over an E bass. So, and then over Ionian, I'm just doing a B7. So just everything's going to be over a bass root note. So really hammering the sound of that mode. Okay. Now the next mode would be mixed Lydian. So this is going to be the same thing as Ionian, but we're going to flat the 7th. So we're going to get this sort of sound. So that flat 7th right there. So, you know, changing one note changes the whole mood of the scale. So over this, I'm just going to do an E7 vibe because E7 is the 5 chord of A major. So doing an E7 over E root. So. So that sort of vibe right there. Next, we're going to change over to our first minor scale using this method, and it's going to be a Dorian. So that's going to be the same thing as a mixed Lydian scale, but now we're going to flat the 3rd. So now our intervals are going to be 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1. And over that, we're going to play a D7 over an E pedal. So. Oh, actually over that, my apologies. It's going to be a, so Dorian. So we're going to be doing an A7 over an E pedal. So. Let's try that again, actually. Next scale using this method right here is going to be Aeolian, so same thing as Dorian, but now we're going to flat the 6. So we get this. Okay, so with that we can use a D7 over an E pedal. So. That. Next we're gonna play E Phrygian, so that's gonna be the same thing as Aeolian, but now we're gonna flat the 2. So we get 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7. Alright. So with that, you can do a G7 over an E pedal. So something like. last mode, get my looper to turn off, is going to be Locrian. Okay, so that's going to be a C7 over a E pedal. So So it's basically everything's going to be flat except for the root and the fourth. All right, so just to recap, we started with Lydian, which has a sharp 4. We went to Ionian, which is just all your natural intervals, so 1 through 7's nothing's affected. And then we have Mixolydian, so we're flatting the 7th. And then we're going to Dorian, which in addition to flatting the 7th, we're also flatting the 3rd because it's our first minor scale. Then we're going to Aeolian, so we have a flat 3rd, flat 7th, flat 6. Then we're going to Phrygian, which is a flat 3rd, flat 6, flat 7th, and a flat 2. And then we're going to Locrian, which is a flat 2, flat 3, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7th. So everything's flatted except for the 4th. All right, so I find practicing the scales that way and using the appropriate backing track and everything will really help you hear the scales better. So you can either try my approach where you're suspending a 5 chord from the parent scale over like an E pedal, or you can just play it over like an E drone, so like a cello drone. But yeah, anyways, guys, so that is going to do it for today. If you're interested in more content like this, please subscribe to my Patreon. If you follow my Patreon, I will include supplementary material to this video that includes tabs for the modes, going to include written notation, going to include backing tracks to help you hear the modes better for each individual mode, and much more as my Patreon gets more developed and I put more work into it. Just starting it, so if you could please like the video, comment, ring the bell, all the things in addition to subscribing, that'd be greatly appreciated. All right, well, take it easy, guys. Nice seeing you, and I'll see you sometime soon.